Yo, rewind to the 70s in New York City, where homes face economic despair, streets seized by gang warfare. A street culture and dance rose from the gravel. Skills, expression, egos, aggression manifested in battles. It was okay to be mad, be you, be boys, be free. Be like Bronx, be like Break, be like Bad with double D's. Be like, bitch, you wish you could be like us. Be like Water, my friend, that Bruce Lee like strut. Be like battles by medieval knights and ancient samurais, fighting for glory on urban landscapes with the dancers' pride. In 80s got glamorized with media camera time. Got spread across the globe, the more it got advertised. Pause, it was called breaking. Don't ever be mistaken for what media renamed it. During this exploitation, TV stations, corporations, then a pop culture sensation. Till spotlights faded, many b-boys left their places vacant. Flash the 90s boom bap and golden era raps. New breaking styles, earning daps around the world's maps. We transitioned from 90s to 2000s like power heads. On YouTube watching influence, knowledge and culture spread. Korea created R16 in 2007. The next platform for crews to be legends, with emphasis and respect in the way that peeps battle. Judges use the first standard scoring system for the weight of the gavels. Now R16 is seen as one of the largest global tournaments. Veterans serving kids, kids returning the services. Glory on the line, losing's not an alternative. Nation versus nation, stay tuned to see who's earning it. What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Lima Limon. We got our breaking expert, Dizzy Supernaturals.
What's up?
And our critical analyst, aka Hater, Omac.
I'm the one that keeps it real for you. I'll cut out all the fluff from what you're talking about.
Alright, word. And on behalf of R16 TV, we'd like to welcome you to the road to R16, where we have the best and the top b-boys and hip-hop nations battling their way to the finals in Seoul, Korea.
Alright, let's get to the recap.
So first, quick recap. Tell me, where are we right now in the R16 Global Series?
Well, right now, the R16 Global Series is well underway. Okay, like a lot of countries have their national eliminations are going on right now, and the winners are going to go to the regional eliminations. So let me just read off the ones that are the list of the countries that are already done. So it's we have Spain is finished, Taiwan, Vietnam, Norway, Mongolia, Italy, Russia, Malaysia, USA East Coast, which took place in Philly, Macau, France, Thailand, and Hong Kong. And by the time that this is done, it's going to be Singapore by the time this airs. It's going to be finished.
Who has won in the past few years R16?
Well, basically, every year has been Korea. Korea's won all of them, right? Except for 2007, which was won by Japan. 2012 was Massive Monkeys.
Question, do you think that's because of hometown advantage?
Well, you want to answer this one?
Well, I can see what you're saying with the hometown advantage, but at the same time, like being able to perform under pressure, that's kind of like part of what battling is, right?
Well, I mean, this is the same thing as every other event or competition. There's always some kind of home court advantage. And yes, there are people that are cheering for you, but at the same time, there's a lot of pressure. You know, especially for the Korean teams. You know, like they train year out because they're very nationalistic. They really want to represent their country really well. And so it's not like they're not working for it. You know, they have lost in the past. But to them, R16 is an event for them to prove to their country that they're like the top.
So, talking about R16, I wanted to know, there's a new format for R16 this year, right? Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so R16 this year, in the previous years actually, it was a crew versus crew, right? The top crew from the country will win and come to the World Finals. But this year, it's a nation versus nation format, meaning it's the top kind of all-star dream team kind of collective, right? So the way that's worked out is there's going to be each national elimination, there's a 4-on-4, right? Take the top 4, a 1-on-1, take a 1-on-1, and then there's going to be 2 wildcard spots for 2 people that have really killed it at the event, and they make a team of 7.
Quiet, pause. Question time. Why did they change the format?
Okay, so that's a very question that a lot of people are actually asking, right? And the main, real honest reason is because we want to take breaking to the next level. You know, I know some people are thinking that it's going to be, maybe because of budgets or whatever, but really, like for example, on the Facebook page, there was a big question on people with statistics and research, like, do you think b-boying should go to the Olympics, right? Now, a little bit more than 50% said no, it shouldn't, right? And another 40% strongly agreed and they said yes. They said yes, it should because there's a lot of benefits, you know what I mean? To be taken as a professional athlete and recognized by your country, that's really big, you know what I mean? That's huge. And so we're not going to bring people into the Olympics, it's not ready for that, but we're going to create our own. And that's the main reason. We want the countries to be behind their teams, you know, like fully behind saying this is the best of the team. Not just a team that won, but the best possible team that has a chance to take the gold.
But before wasn't the best possible team the team that won?
Not necessarily, because you can say, someone could say, for example, there's a whole crew that come, there can be 2 good guys on that crew, and the rest of them are okay, right? Are not that level. Whereas, for example, like what would be better coming to representing USA? The USA All-Star Dream Team that comes every year, or whoever won the NBA championship, right? So that's why we want the team that really represents the country, not just the crew.
You might have a team that represents the whole country per se, but you might also have a team that has no synergy with each other.
Very true. Yeah, that's
you
true.
have 4 people, example from a crew. You have 2 wild cards, right?
Yeah,
and you have one guy. What if there's no synergy in the crew? That is putting every crew at a disadvantage from the get-go.
Yeah. Well, then this is going to be where every country, just the same thing as in the Olympics. A lot of people are competing against each other, but when you come to represent your country, you're uniting under your flag, right? And that's a big thing. Like I would never represent with other people in Canada that are not, you know, like in my crew. We have that. But if we were going to represent Canada under the flag of Canada, I would stand beside some of my enemies to say, hey, okay, let's do this for this, you know, for this reason, right? And which we have. We have battled against other cities. You know, even though I was beefing with other people, we were like, yo, we're Toronto, so let's go against Montreal. We actually got together. So this is something we're doing to really unite scenes and stuff like that within their own country. At least for one time a year, we're making something that people can unite together and say, hey, let's make the best and do it for more than just our crew, more than just ourselves, but let's do it for like our country.
I can see that. It can be like a little bit of an experiment, at least, in the least, for something new.
Okay, pause. But what if this little experiment does not go down well? What then? Will you return back to the old format?
This is the direction that we're trying to take, and we're going to take this now. So this is not just an experiment. It's not an experiment. This is the direction that we're going, and we're moving this direction. Like you know, like some people are gonna, yeah. Well, I mean, there is still crew battles. There's crew battles everywhere. There's UK champs, battle of the years. This will not change that, but we're doing something that is going to be different. You know what I mean? And you know, we have to go this way. Otherwise, the R16 is just the same as every other event.
Okay, so you're doing this just to basically differentiate R16 from other events and other jams.
This is something that we believe that is important to take this country to the next level. You know, doing something different, take this culture to the next level.
Yeah, it's your jam, you're gonna do something different with it. I got that. Let's move it along a little bit. Which countries are coming to the World Finals so far?
Okay, well, let me read out the list. There's about 8 to 10 countries that are going to be coming to the World Finals. This year, it's open for Team Russia, Team Korea, R16 Team Japan, R16 Team China, R16 Team USA, the country that wins the R16 Southeast Asia Championships, the country that wins the R16 Africa Middle East Championships, which is going to be in Nigeria, the R16 Oceania Champions, and the R16 Central Asia Champions, which is going to be held in Kazakhstan.
From your past experience judging R16s, going country by country, you have a finger on the beat of what's going on in the countries and all the teams. Who are you looking out for?
Normally, I would say, of course, Korea. Right? Normally, I'm going to say Korea.
Other than Korea.
Well, the thing is, actually, now I don't think that Korea, I'm not sure. I can't say I'm sure because of the fact that it's a new format, right?
Okay.
We don't know. In the past, the Koreans were always able to work on a lot of routines. You know, they had that advantage of this is how they live. They have the studios and they train and make all these routines. Now, we're going to see if they're still going to be able to do that, to work with other people and still create a show, right? Still work and make
have
these
to do
routines.
that.
Yes, they're still going to be. Yeah.
Oh man, do you think that'd be a little difficult though? Because like, let's say for instance, they have the World Finals in like one city of that whole country, but say crews came from different parts of the country.
Yes.
Do you think that'll affect their show?
So yeah, so let me explain. So that's the reason why we have a 4-on-4, because the 4-on-4 people take charge of the actual show, right? So their job is to do the show, and it's up to them if they want to incorporate the other members into the show.
Alright, words. So earlier we talked about the different teams that are making it to the finals, or they will battle to the finals. Let's talk a little bit about upcoming predictions. Who do you think will win the R16 Southeast Asia series?
R16 Southeast Asia, well, I mean, for the past 5 years, Taiwan has taken it, right? And every year they get better, and from what they did in the last R16 Taiwan, the team that made it, they scored so high, like one of the highest scores ever in our system. So it's a good chance they're gonna win, but it's gonna be held for the first time, Southeast Asia, in the Philippines.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the team Philippines, they've been making it to the final battle for the past couple of years.
Oh.
Which crew is that?
Philippines was SAS crew. SAS crew, right? But of course they're gonna be making a bigger crew. Yeah, like you know, so the Philippines team.
So then if it happens in the Philippines, they might get the...
They might have a home court advantage, exactly. It's a possibility, yeah.
Alright, word. Well, which teams are already in the R16 World Finals at this point?
At this point,
Yeah.
is the only official team there's only one team, and that's R16 Team Russia.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
How do you think Russia will stand up against the Taiwan? You said Taiwan is really on its way up. You have a lot of faith in Taiwan, it sounds like. How do you think they'll stand up against Russia?
The beauty about our system is that we can take the scores and the stats and we can see how high the team averages on a whole. So for example, right, Russia, in foundation, they averaged 3.78. Throughout the whole event, all the scores was 3.78 in foundation, whereas Taiwan, it was 3.8. Okay, in originality, so high was 4.44 was the originality of Russia, which is expected, right?
Okay.
The highest is the score, 5.0 was the highest, it's a perfect score.
Yeah.
But this year, Taiwan scored 4.6, which is actually higher than Russia. So this is interesting, right? Now, dynamics, Russia scored 3.28, and Taiwan scored 4.1. But now, execution-wise, Russia 4.11, Taiwan 3.7. The cipher perspective, 3.61 for Russia and 3.4 for Taiwan.
Okay. So basically Taiwan will take it.
Well, if you're matching it up and they do exactly the same, it's possible that, looking at the stats, Taiwan can win 3 out of the 5.
Yeah.
But that depends on who's judging on the day, doesn't it?
Well, yes. I mean, yes and no. Okay. Number one, our system, like people think that it's just judges saying, okay, this is what I think foundation or originality is, but it's not, right? There's actually standards what constitute what is a perfect, which is 5 points, what is a good equals 4. And each judge has to go through a training to be able to objectively determine what is perfect, good, average, poor. So there might be some people who might score a little bit higher, a little bit lower, but they're judging based on the same thing, the same standards.
Plus, I can see that, I mean, statistically speaking, we can see Taiwan potentially taking Russia in foundation, but when we look at execution, it looks like Russia might have the advantage, and I feel like that might trickle over into some of the other elements of it, right? Because execution affects your confidence, and confidence is what upholds a lot of the other ones, like originality and foundation, right?
Yeah, confidence is also taken into consideration for execution, cipher, and foundation. So it can turn the tides in other things.
Yeah, but you just said like execution trickles everything, which means those scores there, it's already trickled into them.
Yes, that's
Which
true.
means they're getting smoked by Taiwan. If they perform the same.
If they perform the same, then yes, it's possible that Taiwan is going to take Russia.
Really?
See, yeah, according to the stats.
I'm rooting for my boys from Russia.
Already got boys in Russia? You got money on this?
I hope they mean. I know. I suppose I'm not trying to. Taiwan, love to you, but if you meet Russia, they won't smoke you. I'm just saying. I'm just real.
Oh,
in
man.
Russia, them boys go hard.
Oh man, I can't help but root for
Good
those
luck,
dogs
boys.
now. Man, that.
Gun, take no prisoners. Chop them.
All right, so let's move into any hot topics. Does anyone have anything they want to talk about?
You were saying before about you wanting this like whole Olympics. I saw that survey online about B-boying going to the Olympics. I think B-boying as an Olympics, our team want to take it to the next level. I'm trying to say, what is this vision of the next level that you're talking? Because if it's going into the realm of Olympics, that's sport, that's a soullessness. What do you
Okay,
guys
so,
say?
well, yeah, the main question would be, like, is b-boying a sport? Everyone's asking, is b-boying not a sport? And in all honesty, the all truth is, b-boying is not a sport. It's not a sport. It's a culture. It's a way of life. It's something that we do. Like, you know, it's the way we interact and do things with each other. That b-boying is a culture, firstly, right?
Okay.
Now, our culture has a dancing aspect. Like all cultures do, they have their own way to dance. They have their own arts and art forms. We do. It's called breaking. Well, it's one of them. That's what we do. We do the breaking side of it. Now, all cultures in the world always, they all have their own way to compete with each other, their own sports, their own ways to do things. This is natural in every, whether it's throwing rocks, spears, hunting, or whatever, they have their own sport. Our culture does have that. It's called battles, okay? Now we have to call it what it is, right? There's rules, man-to-man competitiveness, right? This part of it, the battle aspect is a sport, right? And so what we're doing is we're marketing the one thing that we have, that breaking has, that the breaking art form has, which is the battles. And we're putting that on a platform so people can tune in to what we do and learn and respect us, not only as a culture, not only as an artist, but also as athletes as well. Because athletes get paid, right? Athletes get paid, right?
Trying to fight that stereotype that B-boys don't get the money.
Yeah, trying to fight the stereotype that B-boys are broke, and B stands for broke.
Oh, bro.
B stands for broke boys right now, but right now there are B-boys who are starting to get paid, and we want to increase that. We want that to be to the next level for sure. For everyone, for all.
For those who choose to live the life full out.
Yes.
Yes, I mean at least have that option.
Yeah, so like you're trying to give them that option
Mhm.
with things like this. Okay, so you're not necessarily trying to undercut the soul necessarily of the whole
course not.
overall sport, but at least allow an outlet
Yes,
for things
exactly.
like this. Okay, I can see that. All right. So what's next on the R16 Global Series? What battles do we have to look forward to?
Next one coming up is R16 China in Shenzhen.
I'm gonna be there.
Yep, China has they have 5 eliminations: Hong Kong, Macau, North, right? And the winners are coming to the R16 China finals, right? And we also have R16 North America finals on August 25th in Las Vegas.
Pause. Have any rules changed within the R16 about who can enter?
Yes. Now it's because you're representing your country. That's what matters. So, for example, China finals, they have a seat into the R16 World Finals. Only Chinese can enter that. There's a problem over there because people who are living in China are not Chinese,
Yeah.
and they really want to enter. And they're arguing about that, and we're gonna saying, well, if you get a Chinese national card, you can enter.
So citizenship is what qualifies you. Okay. All right then. Word. That's all the time we have for today. So for R16 TV, on behalf of Dizzy Supernatural, OMAC, myself, Lima Limon, thank you very much for watching The Road to R16. DJ Spray.